Hello, welcome to the Real Housewives of the Paiute Res MTV Cribs edition. It's a beautiful morning here at Pyramid Lake, and I figured what better day than to give you a tour of my humble abode, if you will. You know, it's not much, but it's home. It's home while I'm on this pilgrimage out here in the desert. So yeah, let's hop right in. As you can see, there's lots to show. There's so much so that I don't even know where to begin, if I'm being quite honest. Let's get the naughty place out of the way. You know, apologies, I'm a bit unkept. I didn't make my bed this morning because I got out quite hasty, but this is where the magic happens, as the rock stars say, where the magic happens. It's no mattress. There's not much to it. You know, I just like having the sleeping bag on the dirt. You know, I'm not a tent guy. I don't like having the mesh obstructing my view of the sky and the stars above. Oh, the stars above, that's what we're here reading. Yeah. How funny is that? So punny. So yeah, that's my bedroom. Again, I'm just a dirt layer. I think it's rather comfortable. It's rather organic. I shovel up some dirt. I lay it flat. It's like a Tempur-Pedic. You know, it's like an organic Tempur-Pedic. Just make that up. Make my bed real quick. Let's go ahead and move on to the bathroom. This is my poop shovel. Traditionally, I would just come out and dig a hole with the poop shovel, and then I would poop into the hole, and then I would bury it. That's traditionally what I've done, but considering I'm on a pilgrimage out here for quite some time, I decided to do a little upgrading. I did a little upgrading. This is my toilet. I made this. As you can see, I put some pool noodles on my toilet. Very comfortable on the ass. You know, traditionally I sit on rocks. Not very comfortable. The pool noodle in the bucket, rather comfortable. I dig the hole for the poop. I poop into the bucket, and then I put the poop into the hole, and then I bury it. That's what I do. That's my bathroom. It's not much, but I think it's rather lavish considering what I've traditionally done. I may start selling those poop buckets on Etsy. I think Etsy would be a good place. You know, people sell jewelry and shoes and whatnot. But I think there's a pretty big industry for DIY poop buckets. I'm just gonna test the waters. Nothing's official. This is a prototype. My poop bucket is a prototype. I think I can make it look a little bit better. There's a bit of duct tape. It doesn't look the best, but it's just a prototype. We're gonna figure it out. Let's see. Oh, this is my magic trunk. I have about I want to say anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 variations of outfits in this trunk. It's a magic trunk. I open it. There's a spiraling staircase, very beautiful, very rustic. Goes down into a walk-in closet, and there's actually a secret hatch which goes further spiraling into a wine cellar. All kinds of Cabernet Sauvignon, Pinot Sauvignon Blanc, all red wine, all red wine. It's a wine cellar of only red wine. I do not like white wine. I fancy red wine, you know. Unless maybe it's like a hot summer day and you make a wine spritzer. But even then, I still prefer red wine. But yeah, I got this magical trunk. It's kind of like Santa Claus's knapsack. You know, Santa Claus can fit billions of presents in his knapsack. I'm assuming that the technology, the magic technology, is the same. I'm not sure who made it. I got this off of a caravan of gypsies. I traded them a sack of beans. I told them they were magic beans. I assumed that they thought that it would grow a beanstalk, but false. They were just garbanzo beans. I swindled them. I swindled the gypsies. Usually the gypsies are the ones swindling you. I swindled the gypsies, traded them a sack of regular old garbanzo beans for this magic Santa Claus knapsack trunk. It did not come with the wine cellar. I built the wine cellar. I'm thinking about expanding it in other ways. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do with it yet. There's so much space, you know, but the walk-in closet was very seriously needed. I have so many outfits, and the fact that it can hold, you know, 5, 10, 15, 25,000 outfits, just spectacular. I have endless room. Like I said, I'm thinking about building it out more. First, I tackled the wine cellar. I don't know what's next. I really don't. I don't even want to. I could make a whole nother video about, you know, renovations to the magic trunk. But that's not what this is about. This is about my humble abode, the magic trunk. Maybe we do another video where we do renovations. You know, I'm getting into different YouTube video avenues. Maybe I want to do survivalist videos. I may do obviously DIY projects. I think starting with the DIY toilet, the desert toilet, is a good start. But I think I'm going to get into home renovations, and we can build out the trunk. We can do different things, you know, show people how to build stuff out of magic trunks, whatever. It doesn't matter. This is my kitchen. Very simple. I have this little stove here. I only cook coffee. That's the only thing I cook with the stove. Because I only eat pickles and licorice. See, I have this tub of licorice. I have like four of these giant jars of pickles. I find that on any spiritual conquest, spiritual voyage, pilgrimage, what be it, it's very important to limit your diet. You want to have a strict diet of not much. You're practically fasting, you know, to whatever, you know, spiritual fasting. I fast with pickles and licorice. Some people fast with juice. Some people fast with water. I hear that they have visions because all they drink is water. I'm not really about that. I like pickles and licorice. So yeah, I just stick to that. No cooking required. Super easy. Whenever I'm hungry, I have a pickle or I have licorice, and then I go about my fucking day. I don't need to make a big ordeal about it. You know, people come out to the desert, they make all this extravagant food. Why? Unnecessary. Spend time doing other stuff. Have a few strands of licorice, go about your vision quest, you know, whatever. So yeah, the only thing I cook is coffee, cowboy coffee out in the desert. You want as much coffee as possible, and you want it to be as bad as possible. It's important to have very low quality coffee, because the way you make cowboy coffee is you just throw all the grounds into the pot. You know, there's no coffee maker or French press or anything. You just throw all the grounds into the pot, pour water in it, boil it for however long. If the wind is bad, the flame is going everywhere, it takes maybe an hour to make coffee. But you want it to have the coffee as bad as you can, because you're putting so much grounds into the pot. And the worse it tastes and the more dirt, you know, from the ground that gets into the pot, it's character building. It's very character building. And then when you sip it, all the grounds and dirt go into your mouth, and you spit it out. Pack some of those grounds in your lip, like a lip of wintergreen shoe. Pack it in there, savor it throughout the day. Get a dip can spit, you know, or don't, whatever. So yeah, that's what I cook. I just cook the coffee. So that's my kitchen. This is my stop sign. It's my stop sign. Cat in the Hat protects it. He watches over the stop sign. When people try to come down the road, I hold it up and I say, "Stop, you shall not pass," like Gandalf against the Balrog. Basically, any car that comes down that road is essentially the Balrog, the Balrog from Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. The Balrog was a giant demon, from what I understand, and Pippin, he knocked over the skeleton. "Fool of a took," Gandalf said. "Fool of a took, you knocked over the skeleton." And the skeleton, the armor clank, click, clank, click, clank against the well, all the way down to the bottom of the mines of Moria. And he woke the Balrog. I'm veering off. That's a whole other video. We can do a lore breakdown of Lord of the Rings. Anyway, yeah, so I tell people, stop, you shall not pass. I'm on a spiritual pilgrimage. And if they continue coming, I say, slow your roll, slow your fucking roll. I'm on a spiritual pilgrimage. I cannot be bothered. Stop. Stop, or I will break the bridge with my staff like Gandalf. I break the bridge, and I will make you fall to the pits of the mines of Moria. And then the Balrog, he falls, he fights Gandalf. I'm sorry, doesn't matter. That's my stop sign. This is my tricolored beach chair. You have perhaps seen it in other videos. Is my reading chair. I would like to make a real storytelling chair out of perhaps a megalithic archaic sequoia or redwood or something, fallen tree trunk. But you know, this is good. This is good enough. I'll do a little spray paint job. I think it's cute. God, there's so many places in here. These are my lanterns. These are my candlelit lanterns. I found this one at the bottom of the Lake Mother while I was snorkeling. You may have seen it. I broke that all down in the lost city of Atlantis. This is my lamp. Her name is Lamp. I didn't plan this out very well when I decided to come on this pilgrimage. In hindsight, I probably should have realized that there are no outlets available in the desert, so this lamp does not run. But I really think that it adds, you know, to the aesthetic, but it's okay because I have these lanterns, you know, that I can just turn those on. And it's fine. I don't need the lamp, but it adds to the aesthetic. It's really beautiful. This is my portable laptop. Essentially, I bring this into my office. This is my office space. I have many office spaces out here at Pyramid Lake, but this is where I keep my desk and my portable laptop computer. It's where I do a lot of my emails. Do not check my browser history. It's a bit naughty. I take my laptop to where the magic happens, because obviously I'm alone out here on this pilgrimage, and I look up naughty websites on my laptop, don't check my browser history, but I also write emails. I have mobile hotspot, so I don't need a outlet for my laptop because I have mobile hotspot and I have like 50% battery. So I just open it, turn it on real quick, write an email, look at naughty websites, and then I get back to business. You know, so that's my laptop. Perhaps I will do ASMR videos on my laptop. Maybe write some poetry. Who knows? You know, there's a lot to get into as I venture onward on this pilgrimage. Yeah. So that's my lamp and my laptop and my office space. My cups. Oh yeah, I have this magic briefcase. This is my magic briefcase with magic things in it that I take everywhere. It's my business stuff. I don't go anywhere without my magic briefcase. It's kind of like my magic trunk, except I did not get this off of any gypsies. I actually don't want to go into too much detail about where I got this. We're just going to keep that a secret for now. But it works very similarly to the magic trunk, only there's not as much space, and I have not figured out the conjuring spell to expand the confines of the magic briefcase. It basically is like a small closet. You know, I go down there's not a spiraling rustic staircase. It's just a little shaft, you know, with a tiny little wooden ladder, and I go to it's like a wooden ladder, bamboo ladder with little ropes tied. It's like very, very archaic. It's like a caveman. There's like a caveman briefcase, magic briefcase. And you go down the little ladder into the little shaft. It's like a little cave, the size of a closet. There's hieroglyphics. Now that I'm a scientist, I suppose I should probably try to decipher the hieroglyphics, figure out where this... I just said that I don't want to divulge too much about the magic briefcase. That's a whole other thing, but I want to figure out what's going on down there. There's a lot to unpack, quite literally, from this magic briefcase. Let's see what's in here. These are my ankle bells. These are my ankle bells, and these are my waist bells. You see, the reason I use the ankle bells is because I don't have very good. It's a couple things. I don't have good depth perception. I also what's the word? There's so many words that I don't know. My equilibrium is a bit off. I believe I may have suffer from prolonged vertigo. I'm not 100% about the vertigo diagnoses because I'm not exactly sure what vertigo means, but it's a rather beautiful word. I like saying it, vertigo. But yeah, I think vertigo has something to do with equilibrium. And my equilibrium is not, it's all out of whack, Jack. You know, and so when I do not have the ankle bracelets on and I step, if I do not hear the bell, I basically feel as if I stepped through the world. You know, I took a step and I tumbled through the earth's crust. That's basically what it feels like if I do not have the ankle bells on. I basically fall onto my face. And it doesn't even feel like I took a step. The ankle bell like alerts me to each step. And if it's really loud, like I am walking through a crowd, I do not always hear the ankle bells. And so these backups make it easier to hear things. Ariel's mirror, my little sash with my keys. My keys go to different things. I own a yacht, space shuttle, chain. This is a key to another one of my closets that I have. It also opens wine. I use this key to get into my magic trunk, and then I go down into my wine cellar and I use the wine key, which is hidden inside of my closet key, in order to open up the bottles of wine. It's a long process. I have all these clown noses, ski masks just in case I either go skiing or I decide to rob somebody. I only rob trains. I don't rob your everyday Joe Schmo. I don't like to rob banks. Trains usually carry, they like to transport gold. Trains transport gold. In the high deserts of the American Northwest. I have a horse. I get onto the horse. I put the ski mask on. I ride parallel to the train. I hop on the train. I steal the gold. My horse keeps up with me because he knows that this is the scheme. And then I hop back onto the horse with the gold and I hightail it out of there. And then I hide inside of my trunk, which is often in a cave. I don't want to have to like go on these side tangents all the time, you know? There's other videos for that. I found this chalice chain, as you know, in the lost city of Atlantis. I was having a hard time figuring out why the chalice was connected to a chain. And I think that I've solved the mystery. I did not need Graham Hancock to solve it. I solved it myself. You know, oftentimes you go to the soiree, to the gala, to the ball, and everyone has their wine. And so oftentimes you hear it, you overhear the conversations. They're like, where did I put my wine glass? Where did I put my wine glass? I put my wine down, somebody took my wine. Well, you know what? You are not losing your chalice when you have the chain connected to you. And then also, I know that they probably alerted the sommelier, more wine, but also get this, I believe that while you're waiting in line, if you go up to the bar and there are people talking about stupid stuff, they're not even getting drinks, they're not even trying to get their wine. They're just there talking about there's like a frat bro trying to have a Jaeger bomb. You just go up to their ear, fucking ring the horn as loud as you can several times into their fucking eardrum. They get out of line. You approach the sommelier. Hello, I would like some wine. I am not going to lose my chalice because it's connected to this chain. Everyone here is inexperienced. They've never been to a soiree. It's their first time. They're losing their chalice. They're losing their wine glass. They're talking about Jaeger bombs at the bar. This solves all of those issues. This is my alarm clock. I wake up every day at the crack of dawn. Not of my own volition, but because the sun rises and because I sleep out in the wild on the dirt. There's no way to, this canopy only blocks it when it is at a certain height, but the sun rises behind the nightingales. It shoots into my eyeball. But I wear a beanie over my eye, but then it starts to heat up the beanie, then my face is getting hot. So I wake up when the sun rises. There's lots of clown noses, marbles, magic bean sacks that are not actually magic, but I transport the magic bean sacks so that if I come across a gypsy, I can swindle them. There are other things, but you know, I don't want to. It's a very nice morning and I would like to go do some things. I think that I would like to have some licorice. I have not had breakfast yet. After that, I'm going to go for a nice walk. But I think that, you know, for the most part, if I went down the wooden caveman ladder to the cave with the hieroglyphics and I showed you everything that was inside, it would take literally hours. I do not have that kind of space on my phone, you know? So I don't need to get into all that. Maybe another day we can do a full cave exploration of the magic briefcase, but it's not for today. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for my home. If I forget anything, perhaps we'll do a second tour, but I think that this pretty much covers it. Yeah, this is my home. I really hope that you've enjoyed today's episode of whatever we said it was earlier, Real Housewives or something. Yeah, I'm gonna make some breakfast, pop out some licorice strands, pack in a lip of grounds of my coffee, and then I'm gonna go for a little walkabout. You know, that's why we're here. We're here to experience, you know, stuff. And then later we'll get into another beautiful chapter of The Stars Above, you know? So thank you so much for joining me in my home. As they said, as the rock stars say, now get the hell out. Now get the hell out. I have to go back to where the magic happens. Take my laptop out. Get the hell out. Bye. Bye.